Good morning everybody, and this is your DAX setups for today. So nothing really went on. We have closed the gap, I think that's the important part. But if you look at the 8 hour here, we've got the oscillators which have separated, but they're all over the place. It looks like this one's going to cross over again to the downside. So probably a continuation down or another leg down, but I have a sneaky suspicion this is setting up as a range. And this 18640 is your level of support. So there are options just below it. You can see there's a number of fractals just below it which would hold up price. So I'm not overly excited about anything here just yet. And when we drill down to the 3 hour, you can see this is starting to look like a range to me. The longer we stay in amongst these, well, in between these two levels, that's 18869 to the upside and 18640 to the downside. This is a range, and we are in amongst the fast moving averages at the moment. Oscillators are indicating another bit of a push to the downside, but when you drill down to the hour, you can see that was not very convincing. That was really just a stretch down to close the gap. Now the gap is closed after hours. Here it is there. So at the market open, I would expect us to come and retest this area. I'm not really convinced we need to be looking for anything just yet. We do have the Feds coming out tomorrow, so that is going to mix things up a little bit. But as you can see, battled with that gap, and then after hours closes. So we probably, more than likely at the open, are going to come back into this zone that we're in at the moment. So 18723 and 18715. I don't think we're going to get much movement today. We'll probably bounce now back up to where we closed, roughly this kind of area, 18755. Then I would expect us to come back and test this, because that would close. There's two gaps. There's a gap there just above this 18715, and then obviously there's the daily gap from yesterday. So I do expect us to come back to that when the market is open. So then we'll see what happens. Could break further down, to be honest, but you're going to be capped. Well, there's multiple areas that you're going to be capped, but the first area would be here at 18681, and then if we get through that, you'll probably come back down to 18640. The moves to the upside are going to be based on a break and retest of 18755. So very much range bound today, I think. We do have the Feds tomorrow, so I think with the DAX it's quite a wide range. So move up could be a flag. If we do break through this 18755, that would interest me, because then there is a potential move to the upside. It might be capped by one of these two swing highs from yesterday, but that's kind of what's on offer here at the moment. So I think it's a wait and see game right now. We are waiting for the Feds, see what they're going to say, and that only happens tomorrow night. So probably another day of similar kind of price action to what we saw yesterday. I don't see us falling, breaking through any structure at the moment. We're too buoyant for that to happen. Maybe a little bit of a stretch down to this area here where you see these fractals, which is 18585, but that's about as much as I think you're going to see a move to the downside. So I'm favoring the move to the upside, but I'm going to want some decent structure before getting involved in this. And if I just swing back to the 8 hour, you're going to see all these levels here. There's nothing really up here that we're flirting with. So when you look at it at the 8 hour, it does look logical that you come back down to this 18584 and 18640 area. That was the previous all-time high. So I think that is the area that we are going to try and defend. If that breaks, then you'd be looking for a move to the downside. But until then, I'm still looking for the moves to the upside, but we are very cautious. I'm probably going to be just sitting back and watching this today. Not really interested in trying to second guess it. And 15 minutes all over the place at the moment. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Longs are only really going to come into play above the opening high of today. We break that, come back and test it, then longs are on. Otherwise, we should be looking for another move lower through this area of support, possibly down to here. But I think it's going to be a bit risky, so I don't think I'll be taking shorts. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.